So, shalom everybody. Today is the 19th of January 2026, and we are, of course, in the Hebrew month of Adar is ahead of us, yeah, and there's something very important what every Israelite has to do, actually, and it's about the payment of the Machatzit Shekel once in a year to count your soul for
amongst the children of Israel.
Amongst the children of Israel, that everyone can see that you are an Israelite, and God knows that you are aware of it. And so we want to talk about it a little bit. Yossi, so welcome.
Thank
you. We have, of course, we have to take a look in the Torah, or we have to speak what is happened, or what is written in the Torah. I think Exodus 30:15 is this commandment is fixed. So what can you tell us about it?
So we have something called Betzal HaGulgolet, which means a counting of the skulls, but we're not allowed to count the skulls of a Jewish person, the actual skulls, like, in the ancient times. If you're counting heads, then God forbid it means that you're at the end of a battle and you're counting how many heads of the enemies or whatever it is. And in general, we know that there's a whole story in the Tanakh about King David, that he counted the children of Israel, and there was a plague. So there's something like we call ayin hara, a negative eye, when you're counting the skulls. In the halacha, it says that even when you have 10 in a room and you want to make sure you have a minyan, instead of counting the heads of the people, you count the verses of the Torah. Like, we have a verse in Psalms, is Hoshia et amecha, save your nation and bless your people, and so on. So you go, and that verse has 10 words in it. So you just go Hoshia et amecha uvarech et nachlatecha ore menasem ad olam, and then you have a minyan and you can start to pray. So similarly, in the way of the nation, the way we were counted was with the silver coin. Today the silver went up to which price, you said?
The ounce is on $94 all-time high.
Almost $100 per ounce. So this one here is 7.77 grams.
It's a quarter
of an ounce.
Yeah.
And they're available on templecoin.org.
Yes.
And also on mnglobal.org. And you can get the Machatzit Shekel. So So the way we count to be amongst the children of Israel, how did Moshe Rabbeinu know how many children of Israel there are? Once a year, not every day, once a year, everybody would drop a Machatzit Shekel. And what was it used for? It was used for the Mishkan, for the sacrifices. It was used for the Kohanim, for the Levites, for the orphan, for the widow, for the foreigner. It was used for charity, and it was used for the service of Hashem. And that's how the Beis HaMikdash was supported.
Yeah, and it's God's money.
God's money.
Es geht God. It's about God's money. Gold and silver, God said, is gold and silver is mine. Of course, when you are living with the commandments of God, you have to use it, and it's very important to open the consciousness about that. Actually, silver and gold is the real money, and not the paper debt money we have in our pockets. Yeah? So
right.
When we want to go into redemption, into Geulah, into the 12-tribe kingdom of Israel, and so on, in the kingdom of Hashem, then of course this plays an extraordinary role, because we need God's money in God's kingdom. It's very, very
right.
simple to understand.
In the Torah, the Machatzit Shekel mitzvah can only be done with kesef, with silver. So even today, in the exile, when the Jewish people are spread out, we change the currency for a piece of silver, and then we say we're giving this piece of silver. Today the custom in halacha is to the poor in Israel or to the Talmidei Chachamim, the scholars, and obviously on MN Global and on templecoin.org, mnglobal.org or templecoin.org, you have the option. Number one, level one is to give to the poor of Israel. Number two, to support the Torah study and what we do here at the Sanhedrin Initiative. And number three, you can also get yourself some coins. It depends on which package you're getting. There's different packages. You can send some to the Sanhedrin Initiative as well to support the building of the Sanhedrin, which is going to build the Beis HaMikdash. Because right now that's the way it is. You cannot crown a king, the Rambam says in Halacha, unless you have Sanhedrin and a prophet. So right now that's where the Geula is holding according to Jewish law. So you're not allowed to crown a king unless you have a court of 70, and he gives examples like Moshe Rabbeinu, which was the prophet, and his high court of 70 elders, or Shmuel, which crowned King David and King Shaul with his court of 70. So right now, in the Geula process, we're building the Sanhedrin. We have that option as well.
Yeah.
And of course, I might say so that myself that it's a nice piece, 999, fine silver. So, and the silver is rising. So
bling bling, yeah. This is bling
good
bling.
investment.
It's bling bling, and it's investment, of course. Yeah, and you can change your debt into real money. Yeah, when you visit templecoin.org, there you can change it, and you can free yourself and your soul out of the setup we are in here, and everyone can do something to fulfill prophecy actually with that. And it wasn't possible a long time to keep this commandment. Now it's possible with the Machatzita Shekel on biblical values and Torah values, and you can fulfill the commandments, and hopefully very, very soon we will sell it on Mount Zion in Jerusalem.
Bezrat Hashem. I want to talk also a little bit about the time for Machatzita Shekel. So the best time to do it is on Ta'anit Esther, the fast, not the feast, the fast of Esther, which is the day before Purim. However, you can start to do it from Rosh Chodesh Adar. So from the beginning of Chodesh Adar, and if it's a double month Adar, sometimes it's a double year in the Jewish calendar, so then you have 2 months to do it, I guess. And of course, if you're not going to be at the synagogue or at the shul near your house on Ta'anit Esther, then best to make sure you finish preparing for the Machatzita Shekel before. And I want to say also that globally we're having now a lot of issues. There's a lot of tearing amongst the nations between those who fear God and fear Hashem, and those who are joining the idol worshippers, or in our case, the radical Islamic terrorism, or the death cults in all their different forms. So you have this separation of the God-fearing and the idol worshippers and those who embrace death and destruction. So for me, I feel that this is a very big opportunity for the people in the nations that have chosen to be on the side of Hashem, of goodness and kindness, of truth, peace, and justice, to be counted amongst Israel in real time to support the poor in Israel that are already here serving Hashem, to support the Sanhedrin initiative and the ingathering of the exiles as well, to support these steps. So this is a great opportunity for non-Jews, or for the lost tribes, or for the God-fearing community, truly is what they're called, Yirei Hashem, Ki le'olam chasdo, forever is your kindness. And by doing the Machatzita Shekel, they are being counted. And this year, I definitely think, is the right year to be counted amongst the children of Israel. I think that it's the more the value for the mitzvah, the more we see in the real world the value. The price of silver going up, in my opinion, is because being counted amongst Israel, the value of this has also gone up. In other words, there's a lot of dinim, a lot of judgment right now. We see there's a big chance that Iran is going to have a confrontation, and the whole Middle East is going to change. We might have... God willing, if prophecy comes true and if things go in the right direction, we will have trains from Jerusalem to Mecca. The Abraham Accords are going to reshape the Middle East very soon.
Yes.
We have an article about this in depth. There's a time for war, there's a time for peace. We have now the whole Greenland situation.
Yeah.
So I said that this is like maybe a time for peace, but with Iran, it's a time for war, because truly every minute that, to tell people, hang on, help is on the way, when they're being shot at by a dictatorship is shfichus damim, is the spilling of blood. So truly we need to fix that. These people have been suffering. We're talking now, I think the new reports are the tens of thousands have died in the protests over there in Iran.
Yes.
So definitely a big mitzvah to take out the IRGC, not the Iranian people, the regime.
Yes.
And during this whole turmoil, to be counted amongst the children of Israel, And you can do it for yourself, and you can also do it for someone else, in someone else's merit as well. I think that this is a very important time, and it's a very historical time.
Yes.
And I think that whoever wants to be counted amongst the children of Israel, support the poor in Israel, and support the Sanhedrin initiative in bringing Mashiach and bringing justice to the world. And there's a lot more on that on emmaglobal.org. I think it's the right time.
Of course, and we are right in front of the golden age. Yeah, and you can only have the golden age with, of course, with God's money, gold and silver. This is made for us. It's written in the first verses of the script, where the gold is and so on. God said to us, "This is your money. You have to use it. You have to pay your bills with it, and so on and so on and so on." We will be rich when we are using this. We will be rich. It's very simple, and with a consciousness about your own soul, when you are children of Israel, then you are doing this commandment.
Right.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And in the video box, you'll find the links. Yossi, you will edit, I think,
sure.
on your channel. And hopefully you'll see this message and you'll change your debt into real money together with us, and let your soul count within our treasury here in the Sanhedrin initiative and so on.
Treasury.
We did this over the last 3 years already. Now you have the possibility to do it for yourself in these crucial times. Bye-bye, and God bless you.